Hello everyone, welcome to Pepcoding. Today we are going to solve a question, the exit point of a matrix. So let's go on the board, let's have a look on the question, understand the question, then we will look for the answers. Okay. So what this question says that we have a 2D matrix in which the values are filled 0 and 1. So let me make a matrix first. 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, and 0, 0, 1, 0, and 0, 1, 0. Just suppose this is the matrix. So the question says that you have to enter in this matrix from this point, and then you have to move forward until you met 1. Okay, so we will enter in this matrix, move forward, move forward. When we met 1, we will take a right turn 90 degree. Okay, so we'll turn this side and we will keep moving forward until we met next one. When we met next one, we will again take a right turn 90 degree. Okay, again we'll moving, and from this point we'll get out. Because here is 0, we can pass through this. So we have to print this point, this index from where we have exited the matrix. This should be the answer. Okay, so how we are going to approach this question? So let's move forward and see how we can approach this question. So first of all, we can see that there are directions in which we are moving. This is the direction, this is east, this is west, this is north, and this is south. So first of all, when we enter the matrix, we are moving in the east direction. When we met 1, what is happening? We are moving to the south direction. After that, what is happening? When we met 1, we are moving to the west direction. And we exited from this point. And we have to print this point, this index. This is 0, 1, 2, 2 cross 0. Our answer will be 2 cross comma 0. This will be the index from where we have exited this matrix. Okay. So now we have to define one direction to monitor the direction in which direction we have to move. So initially, just suppose the direction will be 0. 0 means we are moving in the east direction. If we met 1, we will add 1 to this direction, and we will the 1 will refer that it is moving in the south direction. And if we met 1 again, we will add 1 to that, and it will come 2, and 2 means we are moving to the west direction. If we met 1 more, we will add 1 more, and it will be 3, and which means it is moving in the north direction. So this is the parameter for the direction. Okay, this is done. Now what? Now let's go on the editor, write some code, and then we will see how we are going on. First of all, we have some numbers here. We have to take input. So let's define the scanner first. Scanner scn is equal to new scanner system.in, and then means number of rows, and dot next int. This is then int m is equal to scn dot string. It is the number of columns, so we have to define an array is equal to new int, and yeah, this is done. Now one for loop to take the input. Okay, we have to take the input here. Inside this, we'll take the value. Okay, now we have the values in the array. So first of all, our direction was 0. Okay, this is done. Now we start moving from this index, so we need a reference to move on the matrix. For that, okay, here we have to define the data type. I missed it. Okay, now int I equals to 0 because we are moving from 0, and j is 0. This is the address from where we are starting the moving. Okay, so Now what? Yeah, we have to go on until we exit from the matrix. Okay, so we will run a loop which is true, so we will run. Okay, let me make it full screen. Okay, now what? If we come inside this, first of all we have to check that, like, if we keep adding in the direction, it will come one day when we are moving in the north direction, the value is 3, we met 1, and what will happen, the value of direction will become 4, but we don't have any value for 4. We don't need value 4 for the direction. After 3 we want it again 0, and it will start moving in the east direction. Okay, so for that what we are going to do, we are going to take the modulus of the direction after adding the value of array. So after taking the modulus, what will happen, what will happen, it will simply again become 0. Just suppose here the value is 3, if we add 1 to the 3, what will become 4, but we need 0, we don't need 1. So if we take the modulus by 4, what will happen, it will return 0 as a reminder, and we again move to the east direction. Okay, so whenever we enter in this loop, we will check the direction, so it will be easy for us to modify the direction. Okay, so direction will be direction plus the value of array where we are. Okay, and we will take modulus of this, so we get the repeated value. After 3 we again come to 0. For that we are taking the modulus by 4, and by we are taking it by 4 because we have 4 directions only. So when we reach 4, we have again go to the east, so the value becomes 0. So now after that, if the value of direction is 0, what that means, so let's go on the board and see. Then what, the value of direction is 0, we are moving toward the east. So if we are moving towards the east in this matrix, what is happening, only the number of column is increasing, the number of row is constant. So whenever the value of direction is 0, what we will do, we will simply increase the value of j. That is done. What if the value of direction is 1? What then? Just suppose, look at here, if the value is 1, we are moving in the south direction. So if you're moving in the south direction, only the number of rows are increasing by 1. So we will simply increase the value of I, because in our code I is representing the number of row and j is representing the number of column. So we will increase the value of row. What if the value of direction is equals to 2? What will happen then? Okay, direction of 2, then what is happening? If the value of direction is 2, we are simply moving in the west direction, and whenever we are moving in the west direction, the number of columns are getting decreased. Okay, so here what we will do, we will simply decrease the value of j. Okay, so if the value of direction is 3, then what? So at the point when the value of direction is 3, it means we are moving in the north direction. Okay, so when we are moving in the north direction, what will happen? Just suppose we are moving from this point to this point up to north, the number of row is getting decreased. We will simply decrease the value of row, that is I. Okay, this part is done. Now we have to look when this loop will end. Okay, so if we exited from this matrix, so the loop will end at that point of time. So if we have to exit from this matrix, what conditions we have? We have that we can break this side of the wall and break and come out. If we break this side of the wall now, what will happen? The value of I will become less than 0. Okay, sorry, this is the left wall. If we break from this wall, the value of j will be less than 0, because the column will be -1 if we break this wall. If we break the bottom wall, what will happen? The value of I will be greater than n-1. Okay, and when we break the right wall, what will happen? The value of j will be greater than m-1. And if you break the top wall and exited from the matrix, what will happen? Our I will be less than 0. These are the 4 conditions in which we will come out of the matrix. So let's define that condition for breaking the loop. So if the value of I is less than 0, it means we have broken from the top wall. What will happen at that point of time? We will break the loop, but we have to get the value from where we have exited the matrix. So I is less than 0, minus 1 is not a matrix, not an index in the matrix. So we will increase the value of I, because just suppose I is less than 0, it means we have broken from this top wall. We are somewhere here. So we have to get this point now. So we'll increase the I by 1, we will reach this point, and then we will break the loop. So we get this point, okay? In the same way, if the I is greater than n minus 1, it means we are broken from the bottom wall. What will happen then? We will simply decrease the value of I by 1 and break the loop. Okay. After that, what will happen? We will check for the columns. If j is less than 0, what will happen then? Then we are broken from the left side of the wall. We will simply increase the value of j by 1 and break the loop. Okay. What now? What if the value of j is greater than m minus 1? It means we are broken from the right side of the wall. Then we will decrease the value of j by 1 and then break the loop. This is done. Okay. Now we have all the points. We covered the directions. We got the point from where we have exited the matrix. Now we just have to print those points. Okay. So if we come out of the loop, we have the point. So we are going to simply print that system.out.print. First of all, I we have to print, then j dot print j. So let's go and run this code. Let me have a look the pattern. Yeah, we have to print in different line. Now let's run this. Yeah, this is accepted. Now let's submit this code. Yeah, it is correct. Complete 10 by 10. Okay. Thank you so much. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Like and share the video and subscribe the channel.